can let people in the lobby if they're waiting. Okay, so it's Year 9 options and it's February. First of all, what are students choosing then? So these choices that they're going to make are going to shape their Year 9 and beyond that and set the students up for success. What we really want is them to choose 2 subjects that they're really going to enjoy for their Year 9. If they make good choices, they're going to enjoy, they're going to really flourish in Year 9 and really enjoy their education is the most important thing, isn't it? But if they make bad choices, poor choices, there is a likelihood they are going to be bored and unfulfilled. So what we'd really like to make sure is that they're choosing something that they're interested in and they're going to enjoy. If they're struggling at the minute to choose these 2 subjects, then they can always talk to their teachers, to their tutors, to you. You're one of the best and most valuable sources of support for them. And also we have a careers team in school. If they'd like to speak to them, they're welcome to. So this is, I know that lots of the Year 9s, actually, the Year 8s into Year 9 have already chosen. A good 2/3 have already clicked already to what they would like. But I'm going to go through what they are anyway and hope that some of you can confirm what you would like to do next. Oh, let's do it. Okay, so just to go through, tonight might feel like a big step. It's the first time your child is being asked to choose something and maybe leave out other things in their educational journey. And it might feel like a very big step for you and your family at this point. But it is just the first step or the next step in the journey with Mandeville that we hope will take them all the way through to their A-levels. So last year for Year 7, we've hoped they've really established those good habits for learning. I know certainly the Year 8 lessons that I've been in this week, I've really seen students being really on it with answering questions, really deep thinking and really being able to articulate themselves, not just in a written form, but also verbally. And this year in Year 8, the same then, they're thinking about their rich and broad knowledge. So yes, they study a large amount of subjects at this time, might have been daunting for them last year, but hopefully by this point, they're used to that richness of their curriculum. So for next year, we're asking them to specialise in 2 creative type subjects. And that's the choice they're making at this point. This year they will have been doing music, drama, art and textiles, whereas for next year we're asking for them to really specialise in 2 creative subjects. And then as they go into their GCSEs, they're going to build their GCSE curriculum themselves. They're going to choose their courses and they're going to study them at depth and rigour. And in Year 11, they're going to not just have the GCSE skills and knowledge, but also those concepts, including the exam preparation that they're going to need to have. So it is the step on a journey. Just keep admitting people. It is a step on a journey, but I'd hope that you think that we're going to be with them the whole way. So we really want them to choose things that is going to be enjoyable for the next stages of their education. And after that, obviously, we do support sixth forms and we collaborate this year with sixth form at Princess Risborough School. And we're going to be hearing more as the time goes on through those stages about not just university life, but also apprenticeships and employment they might want to get into. And this is the first stage of them having a choice over their education. So it's exciting. So students, they've already had options assemblies, options booklets. From that, I know speaking to a lot of Year 8s, they feel quite well prepared. They feel well prepared enough to already make their choices. Oh, sorry, I'm just letting in. I hope I did it actually. Oh, there we go. They feel well prepared, and like I say, about 2/3 have already made their choices, which is great. They feel well prepared enough to do so. Tonight we're having this online options evening, and by next week they will have their options choices that are due. And from the 3rd of March we will start preparing that timetable, and we will start working with the departments to see how many staff we've got and all the choices that go into making a timetable, which is quite a lengthy process to make sure that we get exactly the right choices for all of our students across all year groups. So if you don't submit your options, then you've got much less of a chance of getting your first choices. I hope that goes without saying, but some students didn't choose choices last year, or they just put one down. It doesn't mean you get that subject twice. You do have to choose your choices as directed. And you must make sure that you've made them by that deadline, by the 3rd of March. Go through a bit more about how you do that later. So students are going to study 2 of these subjects. Art, you can do standard art, or you can do a textile specialism. You could choose drama, dance, food technology, music, and I've said textiles twice there, but textiles is there too. And then this is a big question that everybody asks, are these GCSE choices? No. So you have a much greater range of choices when you choose your options for GCSE. However, if you want to choose something for GCSE, it's going to be smart to choose it for year 9 as well. Otherwise, you're going to have a gap of a year in your learning that subject, which is detrimental to your education. So that's not your GCSE options. You could choose to do 1, 2, or none of these in the coming years, but everybody is going to be studying a range of subjects next year. Everyone's still going to be doing English, maths, science, languages, humanities, PE, PSHE. Those all continue. We're just talking about this selection of creative subjects where we really want you to have the ability to thrive and flourish at something that you really enjoy for a greater amount of time. It gives us an opportunity to spend longer on the subjects that you really enjoy. Okay, so we're going to go through a few of the subjects and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about them. So for art, the subject leaders have all prepared these slides. So got muted a bit there. Hopefully I'm back to speaking again now. Okay, so art's a creative subject in which you'll learn a variety of skills in painting, 3D work, which might be clay, drawing, printing skills. You're going to learn different techniques to help build a portfolio of work. And that idea of a portfolio of work is so essential for art. It is largely coursework based. And you're going to learn how to express yourself through drawing, recording, developing ideas. And you will still study other artists as well. So textiles then is actually the same qualification in the GCSE that we do, but it uses obviously fabric to create that portfolio. So you can still see from the pictures, the portfolio idea is still very central to textiles as a subject. And you're going to learn techniques such as silk screening, batik, dyeing, felt work, manipulating fabrics, sewing, and you could go into such courses later in life as the fashion industry, interior design. You might go back to just pure art or craft, product management, brand ambassador type work, and stylists also can come from this kind of work. So that's textiles. Food technology. So food preparation and nutrition is a really exciting course that we really like. It's based on the science of food, but also on food preparation techniques. Students are going to complete practical elements like cooking from different cultures. They're going to think about different skills in the kitchen, for example, like deboning a chicken. But alongside the practical side of the course, there is also a lot of theory to learn. You're going to have to use the Eat Well guide, how to cook for a person with different nutritional needs. You might think about kind of nutritional deficiencies like calcium deficiency. So whilst there is a practical element of it, there is also a side of it which is going to be theoretical as well. Dance. We've got a fantastic new dance teacher in school, and we're really excited at the way the dance course has gone this year with our year 9s, and we're really excited to see how many more students might choose it next year. As you might already know if you're keen dancers, dance is a powerful and expressive subject which encourages you to develop creative, physical, emotional, intellectual capacity. In dance, you're going to study a range of dance styles and dance fusions. And in year 9, dance is a mostly practical subject, so students will actually be dancing. It's fantastic to go into those lessons. I really enjoy going in and watching. I wouldn't say my skills are quite there, but I really enjoy watching. And if you choose to take GCSE dance, it also includes analysing other dancers and choreography and dance theory. So again, just like we said with the food and nutrition course, the dance course does include theory of dance as well. And drama. Now, drama is a course that is pitched for everybody, not just those that love to perform. Drama is a dynamic practice. It enables them to develop the confidence and communication skills necessary to help succeed in future social and working life. And if you progress to GCSE drama, you're also going to analyse and critique live theatre and devise and perform original plays too. Trips have gone out just a few weeks ago to that. And music. So why music? So what Miss O'Sullivan really wanted me to push really is how highly regarded by employers music is. It's due to the skills that you learn and have shown to succeed in GCSE music. You're going to have to persevere, have a lot of resilience, self-discipline, time management and problem solving. That's just a few. So in music, you study your own choice of instrument as well as playing with others. And you also learn how to operate our recording studio, which is really quite fun. So what's next then? Now, students will have received a slip like this, and on it is a QR code. And you're going to go to the EdVal website and you're going to put the web code in and put your options in the drop down lists. So you need to do that by the 3rd of March. If you've got any questions about that, we're very happy to go through that with you. I'll put my email in the chat at the end. The students have already done quite a lot of work on this. As I said, many students have made their own choices already. I would just say we will look at the options on the 3rd of March. So students that haven't chosen already aren't disadvantaged. We will look at them all together. So it's not like if you've not done it already, you won't get into those courses. There will be some that will be oversubscribed, and we'll talk to those students at that time. We often get students at some courses that are very popular, but we'll work on that. So my final advice then to students and parents is to think hard. These choices do matter. They're part of a long process of your education. Some good reasons for choosing courses: that you find it interesting, that it's relevant for your career plans, that it's going to help you flourish in some way. I'm just going to mention quickly the choices that are not so good. You might have a favourite teacher. Now, that's great, but you won't necessarily have that teacher. It might be that that year teacher isn't teaching year 9 at all. So you might not be able to have the teacher that you think. You might think that that subject is going to be really easy. Now, as we've already discussed tonight, lots of the subjects that you think of as being very practical, for example, in food, you might think, great, I love cooking. You also got to remember that you are going to be asked to do a theoretical side as well. And another bad reason that students sometimes say is, well, I'm going to just choose what my friend's doing, so I can be in exactly the same class as my friend. People often say that. Now, there's 2 reasons why that's not great. First of all, it's not a great reason because you want to do something that's for you, for your individual progress. But second reason really is that you are most likely not to be in the same group with your friends. Most of these courses will have 2 groups. So it's unlikely that you'll be in all of the same courses as your friends. It's not a good reason to choose a course anyway. And also, we're not going to be basing it on who's friends with who when we choose the groups. It'll be based on the reasons for educational development. So that's the final advice I have for you. I hope that's been mildly helpful and you've got a bit of an overview of what you need to do. I have hopefully enabled the Q&A section on the section, so we should be able to see that. So some people are saying they haven't got their links to make the choice. That's absolutely fine. If you just in the morning, if you just come to your tutor in the morning, they have all the slips. So if the if your child hasn't got the slip to make the choices, then absolutely fine. Just ask their tutor, and the tutor will be able to get them the log on to make sure they can get on. Has anybody else got any other questions whilst we're there? Miss Hobbs and I are recording this chat, so hopefully we will be able to, if you missed the beginning of it, we'll be able to send out a link and you can have this chat elsewhere. And if there's some people are saying their links aren't working, that's fine as well. So if the link isn't working, no problem, just go to your tutor, and in the morning the tutors can send the students. I'll make sure they can send the students to somewhere where they can make sure they can log on, because as I said, that 3rd of March deadline is the final deadline. Thank you for bringing that up. That's really important. Any other final questions? Is it possible to change? Yes, it is possible to change. Again, the tutor is the person to go through for that. So I'll make sure the tutors know how to ask people to change if they need to. And they'll be able to just make the changes, or even just unlock the changes for them. Thank you very much for your time tonight. I hope you get back to your pancakes if that's what you're doing. I'm certainly going to get onto mine. And there's been no major screams from outside, so I'm really glad about that, but I can hear them getting ready for bath time, so I better join them. All right, thank you so much for your time this evening, and I hope you have a good evening now you get to it.